Dear students, I will be dealing the second unit from your subject, and in the second units we will be dealing mainly the topic precautionary investments. In general, investments are there of different kinds, and some are not some are risky investments and some are precautionary, and usually the precautionary investments are insurance, and in the insurance also mainly the health insurance and the life insurance. These are the precautionary investments. By making the investment in insurance, especially in health and the life insurances, will be able to get back the risk what is involved, or we can get the compensation for the risk that we are going to face. So let's, before beginning, what is health insurance and life insurance and what are the operations, measures, different types, let me just begin with what is insurance. Insurance is a practice or arrangement by which company or government agency provides a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage, illness or death in return for a payment of premium. This is a simple meaning we are having. Usually, a practice or arrangement by which company or government agency provides a guarantee of compensation for a specified loss, damage, illness in return of payment of a premium. What it says is there is a insurance companies. We know life insurance companies are there, health insurance companies are there, or even the government companies are there. And these companies guarantee the person who is making the insurance policy. He is called as insured, and he will be guaranteed that he will be compensated for a specified loss, not any amount of how much premium that you are paying, or the damage, illness, or in the death. In the life insurances, usually when the death takes place, a certain amount, fixed amount, will be paid to the family members. So why this payment is made? Because you have to give the premium. Premium could be monthly or quarterly or half yearly or yearly. So for a certain period of for a certain period you are making a payment to the company, and because you have paid the premium, you are made a contract or agreement for compensating your loss, damage, death. So in another way we can say it's a thing providing protection against possible eventuality. So we don't know the future. There are risks involved, there are uncertainties. So protection against a possible eventuality. So it's a guarantee providing a certain hope that is given by the company, that is called the insurance. Now, next we'll move on with one definition. A contract in which an individual or entity receives financial protection or reimbursement against losses from an company. The company pools clients' risks to make payments more affordable for the insured. It's a contract. Insurance is always a contract. They have to sign. A document is provided, and this one policy is framed. So it's a contract between an individual or entity. It is not between it may be between one individual and the company, or the company and company, but always there is a one company, insurance guaranteeing company, and they are agreeing to reimburse your losses in case if you are incurring. And the company pools clients risk. How they are paying you the compensation? They are taking the amount from all the clients. So risks are pooled. All the people's risks are put together, and whoever incurs the risk or the loss, that will be made the payment. Make payments more affordable for the insured. So I hope you got a little knowledge about what is insurance. Now let's move on with some more concepts. So in the insurance we have there are different terms like insured, insurer and premium. These main three terms we should always know that whenever we speak about the insurance. The person or business that gets compensated if the loss occurs is known as the insured. Now, you are making an agreement with a insurance company, then you become a insured. So you are making certain payments to the company. Such person is called insured. If I make a insurance policy with the insurance company, then I become insured. Then the company that agrees to pay the compensation is known as the insurer. Any insurance company which agrees to give you a compensation becomes the insurer. Therefore, you must remember the person who is making the insurance policy is the insured. The company which is giving the insurance is the insurer, and the money that is paid by the insured to the insurer is called premium. So it is not called as the money or the installment. Different terms are there in the different businesses, but here we are using the premium. So monthly premiums are there or annual premiums are there, whatever may be the category. So these are the terms generally we should be aware. So these are the things we know about our insurance now. Now let's move with the health insurance, because health insurance is one of the precautionary investment. Why it is called as a precautionary investment? Because so you are taking a precaution. So it is not that you are going to become a sick. It is not sure. Everything is uncertain. But if at all I become sick, then a particular company will come for my assistance and my bills will be paid. A certain kind of help will be given. So as regards health insurance, we can't stick to one thing. There are various types and designs. So that will be speaking when we are speaking about the types of the health insurances. So health insurance is not only of one type, and there is no common and general understanding of the health insurance, because there are various types and each scheme differs from one to the other. Therefore, let's see now what is health insurance. Health insurance, like other forms of insurance, is a form of collectivism by means of which people collectively pool their risk. In this case, the risk of incurring medical expenses. Just say once again, I am reading. Health insurance, like other forms of insurance, it's like all other insurances. So we know marine insurances are there, then property insurance, vehicle insurance, then we have a life insurance. In the similar way, one type of insurance is a form of collectivism. Collectivism means it collects the money from different people, not only to one individual. Insurance company collects for a common reason from the different people, by means of which people collectively pool their risk. So risk of many people are pooled here. In the case of risk of insuring medical expenses. So in the health insurance, what is the main thing is uh, incurring the medical expenses. So let's move with the next slide. So forms of health insurance. So health insurance, in the health insurance there are different forms. So we'll see that. First one is the indemnity insurance. So here in the indemnity insurance, where the insured, not the insurer, here it becomes the insured first pay to the hospital and claim is made. It is not the it is the insured person who will go first and pay, then this one. Some of examples for that is Jeevan Asha, Asha Deep, Mediclaim, such. These will be coming when we are speaking about different types of the health insurances. Next, second one is cashless claim facility. Here TPA. TPA means third party administrator. Third party administrators who bear the expenses on behalf of insurance company. So here patients need not to pay directly as a rule. So example is Bajaj Alliance, where it is says is, so insurance company has organization has the sub companies, and they will directly make you the payments, and the patients will not pay anything in the hospital. Next you have a CBHI, means community based health insurances. Various types of the community based health insurances are there, that will be dealing in the next hour classes when we are speaking about the types of health insurances. Let's move with the next slide. So terminologies related to health insurances. As we are looking deeper into the health insurance, we must be clear or accustomed with some of the terminologies. So first one we have here premium. I am sure that already you learnt what is premium is. The amount the policy holder or his sponsor, for example an employer, pays to the health plan each month to a purchase of health coverage. So I hope you know what is premium is. The just you remember that amount what is the insured has to pay to the insurer, that's all. Then deductible, this is another term, deductible. So the amount that the insured must pay out of pocket before the health insurer pays its share. The amount that the insured must pay out of pocket before the health insurer pays its share. What it says is, so in some claims, the insured person has to pay the amount first, then only the claim is made and the insurance company is paying the amount. That amount which the insured pays is the deductible amount. Then co-insurance, another term is co-insurance. Instead of or in addition to paying a fixed amount upfront, a co-payment, the co-insurance is a percentage of the total cost that insured person may also pay. Percentage of the total cost that insured person may also pay. Sometimes what happens is, the when the loss incurred, it is not only the company pays. A certain percentage has to be paid by the insurance. A certain amount has to be paid by the insured. Therefore, the insurer and insured both make the payments, the total amount, and that amount paid by the insured is called as a co-insurance. Now, next, exclusions. The insured person is generally expected to pay the full cost of non-covered services out of their own pocket. See, some services are not included by the insurance policy. For example, now you have made a health insurance for all your sicknesses, but that health policy makes in exclusion that teeth repairs or any treatment of the teeth or any treatment of the eyes are not involved. That agreement is made when you are making the insurance policy. In such cases, if you have if any damage comes to your teeth or you are making a spectacles, then such expenses will not be borne by the insurance company. That is called exclusions. Such things are the exclusions, and all the payments of those exclusions has to be made by the insured himself. We'll move with some more terminologies. So coverage limits. So by the word itself we are very clear. Coverage limits. What is the limits that are covered? Some health insurance policies only pay for health care up to a certain amount. So some this one cover they fix that it so if you are admitted to the hospital up to 1 lakh or up to 2 lakh, the amount is fixed. Your expenses may come up to 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, they are not bothered. Company has a maximum limit. So that is coverage limit. What is your coverage limit of your policy? So sometimes it may be just 50,000, sometimes maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakh. So if it is below, then actual amount is paid. But if it is more than that, then they are paying only the coverage limit. Then Capitation, this is another term, an amount paid by an insurer to a health care provider for which the provider agrees to treat all members of the insurer. See, this is a salary given to a person, so that you are going to the person, that person, and he is making all the treatment. So treatment of all the members. So insurance company sends his insured only to one hospital or one person, and he will take care. So capitation, that is called. Then in-network provider, this is a US term. A healthcare provider on a list provides pre-selected by the insurer. A healthcare provider on a list of providers pre-selected by the insurer. So this is a insurer who selects and it is done previously. Then, explanation of the benefits. A document sent by an insurer to a patient explaining what was covered for a medical service and how they arrived at the payment amount and patient responsibility amount. So, this is explanation of benefits, means all the details, what all things we are doing and what all things you have to do whenever you are admitted in the hospital, what is your responsibility and what all payments you have to do, how much amount has come, all things details documents are written. So that is called the explanation of the benefits. So these are the terminologies of the health insurance. Now we will be moving with what all the health insurance policy covers. So, health insurance policy would normally cover expenses reasonably and necessarily incurred under the following heads in respect of each insured person, subject to overall ceiling of sum insured for all claims during one policy period. Now, mainly health insurance policy covers these things: room and boarding expenses. See, whenever you are admitted in the hospital, the main expense comes of a room and the rent of the room and boarding expenses. Various kinds of expenses are attached to the room or boarding expenses, that all. Then nursing expenses. So nursing aid has to be provided when you are admitted in the hospital, so separate nursing charges come, that is also added. Then fees of a surgeon. So if you are undergoing a surgery, then anesthetist, then a physician, then consultant, specialist. So various people are this one involved with your treatment. So diagnosis will be done. When the surgery is done, there is a surgeon, then anesthetist is there. All those things have their own charges, all those things are included. Then anesthesia, blood, oxygen. So blood, oxygen is given sometime. Operation theatre charges are there. Then surgical appliances are provided. Then medicines are given, drugs are given, diagnostic materials are used. Then X-rays, then dialysis done. Then chemotherapy is given, radiotherapy is given. Then pacemakers are put, artificial limbs are given, cost or organs cost or organs and similar expenses. There are various kinds. If you go and admit in the hospital, so you will understand what all expenses are there. So these are the usual included expenses in the health insurance policies. So one can be sure for all what all things you can make the health insurance for all those things. So each company gives health insurance in different ways to the different people there. So before you make the health insurance policy, you should be aware what all it includes. So let's move with the next. What are the characteristics of health insurance? So, what are the characteristics of health insurance? So, it is a contract between an insurance company and an individual or is a sponsor. So, it is a contract. First characteristic we must remember that insurance is a contract, whether it is a health insurance or life insurance or marine insurance, any kind it may be. Insurance is a contract, and it is contract. Whenever we speak about contract, it should be always between two or three parties or more parties. So insurance policy is also the similar way. It is a contract between the insurance company and an individual. So it is a between insurance company, or sometimes what happens is not the particular individual, it is between the employer. Now in a college for example, so teachers are there, and for every teacher there is a this one ESI facilities, employee state insurance. This insurance is paid not only by the employee, the teachers, but also the employer, one who has employed them also gives a share, makes the payment in the insurance company. So that is called the this one what you call sponsor. So he is sponsoring their insurance, so he is also responsible for that. Then the contract can be renewable annually or monthly. The contract can be renewable annually or monthly. So there are various types, renewing annually or monthly. So it is not fixed that you are renewing only in once if you pay everything is over. No, that is that depends on the policy. Then the type and amount of health care costs that will be covered by the health insurance company are specified in advance in the member contract or evidence of coverage booklet. So evidence of coverage book usually they will be providing, and in that all the details what it covers and what it doesn't cover, the details are given in the beginning itself, and on those basis it will be policy will be made. Therefore this is also one of the important aspect in the health insurance. When we are speaking, there are so many other things coming up, the procedures, types, then what are the principles involved, all those things we'll be speaking in the next class. And here today we'll be closing. In today's class we saw what is insurance, the meaning and definitions of insurance we saw, then we saw what is health insurance, and in the health insurance we dealt with some terminologies, then we dealt with just what are the different forms and some characteristics. So further we'll be in the next class seeing the details of the health insurance. Thank you.